Donald Trump just finished up his rally that he was having in Wisconsin, and as you probably could have guessed, it was terrible. He introduced new policy that's surely going to push people away. He got caught in multiple lies and called out for those lies. It was just really bad overall. So I have some clips from this rally to show you. We'll talk about them a little bit. But before I do so, make sure to subscribe to this channel. It goes a very long way when you do that. It really, really helps. But now, without further ado, let's just jump right in, shall we? So this is the first clip I want to show you, and the backlash that Donald Trump has received for what he's about to say has been immense. He got brutally fact-checked on social media for this lie, and that's going viral right now as we speak. So let's just take a look at what Trump had to say.
Can you imagine you're a parent and your son leaves the house and you say, Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school. And your son comes back with a brutal operation. Can you even imagine this? What the hell is wrong with our country?
No, we can't imagine it because it's not happening. That's not a thing. That's not real. Donald Trump is trying to claim that parents are sending their kids to school, and in the same day, those kids are coming back with gender reassignment surgery. That somehow the public school is performing that procedure. Obviously, that's false. But it's just it's really disgusting and evil what Donald Trump's doing here. He's targeting an already targeted group in the United States and just lying about it blatantly. And he actually got fact-checked for this really brutally on social media. Daniel Dale, who's a fact-checker at CNN, responded to this lie by saying Trump's own campaign could not find a single example of this school secretly sends child for gender-affirming surgery without parental consent thing happening anywhere in the United States. Experts say it has not and could not. It's a lie. And there is a corresponding CNN article that goes with this. Fact check. Trump falsely claims schools are secretly sending children for gender-affirming surgeries. And the facts first says Trump's claim is false. There is no evidence that U.S. schools have sent children for surgeries without their parents knowing, or even with their parents knowing. That's not a thing. And Trump's own presidential campaign could not provide a single example of this ever happening. Even in states where gender-affirming surgery is legal for people under 18, parental consent is required before a minor can undergo such a procedure. And even then, those procedures are still incredibly rare. So Donald Trump's just lying. He knows he's lying. And it should concern all of us that a central premise of Donald Trump's campaign is lying. He puts policy position forwards that are not true, that can't happen, that won't happen. He lies about Kamala Harris. He lies about our country. No. Please, let's reject this at the ballot box and say, we're not standing up for liars. We're not standing up for people who engage in falsehoods constantly just to win a couple of votes. It's reprehensible what Donald Trump does at these rallies, and this claim in particular is just incredibly disturbing. So that's just the first clip of 3 that I want to show you. This next one is really crazy. And as I mentioned, sure to push people away from the Trump campaign, more so than he already has done. Let's just take a look, shall we?
We will establish a panel of top experts to investigate what is causing the decades-long increase in chronic health problems and childhood diseases, including the autoimmune disorders, autism, obesity, infertility, and much more. And Bobby's going to be very much involved in that. We're going to get him involved because that's what he likes. That's what he's great at.
Let me just stop it right there. Before we even have to listen to this guy any further, we don't need to hear him any further. So number one, he's saying we're going to appoint experts to investigate these health disorders that have grown over time. What? We know why a lot of these things have gone up. And even then, if he's like, yeah, well, there's still maybe more research to do. Okay. He wants to put RFK Jr. in charge of that. The guy who doesn't believe in vaccines, the guy who killed a bear cub or at least placed the body of it in Central Park, the guy who has all of these really strange controversies, who has no expertise in anything medicine, that guy, Donald Trump wants to put in charge of something medical related. Well, of course Donald Trump does. He doesn't trust the real doctors, the Dr. Fauci's out there in the world who are studied and cited virologists, people who are experts in their field. Donald Trump doesn't believe in them. He believes in this like alternative medicine weird route with RFK Jr. in control of this proposed study or agency, whatever he's trying to say here. And this is also another very concerning thing about the second Trump, or I should say third Trump campaign, is that he wants to just appoint his buddies into positions. So he's already said that RFK Jr. is going to be in some capacity involved in his administration, but he's also promising people like Elon Musk to be part of his administration. You know, I really don't think we need more self-entitled, narcissistic, weirdo billionaires running anything in our country anymore. I just don't think we need that. I don't think we need that. I don't think you need that. I don't think we need someone like Elon Musk who's more concerned with himself than anything else running any of these agencies. I'll pass. And I think you will too. So this policy of having like RFK Jr., the freak, and Elon Musk and all these other weird kind of MAGA lunatics involved, I think is surely going to push away independent voters who believe in actual experts, who believe in actual medicine, not whatever Donald Trump is trying to sell here. And the final clip I want to show you from Trump's rally is his brand new policy that he's putting out there. So let's see what Trump has for us and what he's saying here.
Terrible. And finally, I will support modifying the 25th Amendment to make clear that if a vice president lies or engages in a conspiracy to cover up the incapacity of the president of the United States, if you do that with a cover-up of the president of the United States, it's grounds for impeachment immediately and removal from office, because that's what they did.
Look, I don't enjoy like engaging in like insults, right? I try not to like insult people directly, but this is just so stupid. This is just so stupid. He obviously doesn't understand what impeachment is, even though he's been impeached twice. He still doesn't really have a grasp of it. He doesn't know why someone can be impeached or what the Constitution actually says about impeachment. But we know that about Donald Trump. We know that he is certainly not a constitutional expert, not a policy expert by any stretch of the imagination. But what's really telling about this policy is that I actually think it shows you the panic that's happening inside the Trump campaign. Like they're just introducing any policy, anything at this point to try to get people's attention because people don't like him. They're trying to just throw anything at the wall. So now they're trying to adopt this policy. They've tried to copy Kamala Harris's policy on like drugs and things like that, specifically marijuana. And they're trying to, maybe move toward the center on reproductive rights, even though we all know that Donald Trump hates women's choice. He doesn't want women to have the right to do what they want with their body. Like they're panicking. So they're just kind of saying like, go out there, Donald, and say whatever. Just say whatever. Just make up a policy, no matter how realistic, no matter how true or not, and hopefully people will kind of buy into that. Trump is overpromising here by the nth degree. Obviously, even if Donald Trump were elected, he wouldn't do anything in the first place. He didn't do anything his first time around, but he certainly couldn't get any of these things done. There's legal issues, there's policy issues, there's authority issues. It's not a thing. So just beware. I tell people, Trump supporters, this all the time. Beware of false prophet. Donald Trump is the false prophet here, selling you on everything, saying, I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm so great. I can get it done. But often people who say things like that and overpromise are frauds. And Donald Trump is a fraud. So I don't want to put you through any more of that. You don't need to see more of Donald Trump ranting, raving, rambling. It's just not fun for anybody. So I will leave the video there, but all of that is just very crazy. And I think you guys know that. You don't need me to tell you that. But there are, unfortunately, some people out there who look at this and they say, yeah, that's great. It's crazy, I know. But anyway, as I mentioned, I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes a very, very long way. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about Trump's rally today. And as I always say, I really appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.